Let's talk about POTS remission and kind of what minimal symptoms look like for me now. So before, I had chronic fatigue syndrome, really skyrocketing heart rate upon standing. My blood pressure was all over the place. I had constant headaches for years. I had horrible body pain. I had PVCs all the time. I was nauseous from the second I woke up until the second I went to bed. And because of that, I had a really hard time keeping weight on because I just didn't want to eat because I felt so sick all the time. I had random chest pain that would just feel like this crushing weight on my chest. I had pre-syncope, I had syncope, I would get these micro pass outs, essentially what my doctor would say. So it was like this very quick passing out multiple times a day, and I had horrible adrenaline surges. By the end, when I finally got diagnosed, I think I was having 15 plus of those a day. I was being fitted for a wheelchair. I was getting IV hydration 3 or 4 times a week, and I was being told I had to get a port because they didn't want to do them the normal way anymore. I was completely bedbound. I couldn't work. I couldn't drive. I couldn't carry my kids up the stairs. Honestly, I couldn't even get myself up the stairs, let alone my kids. And I couldn't do any of the things that I loved anymore. So minimal symptoms for me now is I don't really have any of that anymore. I still have a rise in heart rate upon standing, but it's definitely not as drastic as it was. I don't get the tunnel vision anymore. As long as I stay up with the program and I stay up with my hydration and my electrolytes, I really don't have very many symptoms at all. I've traveled a lot since I have been in remission to places with high heat, high humidity, and it's really not been an issue either, where before I would have been totally wrecked. I don't have any nausea anymore. I don't have any problem maintaining weight. I don't have any problem gaining muscle, which I never could do before because honestly, I probably couldn't work out because I had PEM, post-exercise malaise, so badly that I really couldn't work out at all. And I don't have chronic fatigue syndrome at all. I honestly think that that was really just a symptom of POTS and not being able to work out and really bad PEM without really understanding what it was. I would try to, and then I would just get completely wrecked and I would kind of have a flare up and then it would go on for months. And it was just this horrible cycle. So I don't have any of that anymore. I don't ever have headaches. And I had a headache every single day by the time that I got diagnosed, I think for 5 years at that point. It was pretty horrible. I've been to neurologists and had MRIs and all kinds of things to try and figure out what it was. And it was just POTS. I feel pretty great. So I hope that kind of answers your questions. I think it probably would be different for everybody, but for me, minimal symptoms just looks like living a normal life.